AliExpress provides us the opportunity to explore watches like nowhere else, and the best thing about it is that all budgets are covered. In this video, I'm going to cover some real bargain watches that offer much more than their price tags. 11 of my favorite super budget watches. All of these 11 watches cost anywhere between $10 and $45. That's it. Now, I've already performed comprehensive reviews of all of these watches, and I'll be leaving links to those reviews in the description below the video. Also, I'll be leaving the affiliate links to the listings of where I got those watches, so make sure to check them out if you're after some really sharp prices. And in no particular order, let's get the show on the road. Let's do it. For number one, let's start off with the Pagani Design PD 1731 for $28. It features a box sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating, 316L stainless steel case and bracelet. The case gets many facets and bevels. Light play is unique between the various finishes like polished and brushed surfaces. The screw-down case back and crown warrant 100 meters of water resistance. With dimensions of 38 millimeters in diameter, a lug-to-lug of 44.6 millimeters, a height of 11.6 millimeters, and a lug width of 20 millimeters, tapering down to 16 at the clasp, and a weight of 125 grams. There are three dial colors available: the sky blue, emerald green, and a sand beige tone. The milled and signed clasp are a bonus that no one could expect on this watch at the price lower than $30. For number two, we've got the Benyar BY5185. So this is a $24 watch with 100 meters of water resistance, a self-winding automatic, as well as an exhibition case back. In regards to the dimensions, we get a diameter of 39 millimeters, a height of 12.1 millimeters, a lug-to-lug length of 47.4 millimeters due to inverted end links. The lug width here is 20 millimeters, tapering down to 18 at the clasp. The weight without removing any links is 120 grams. The case here is polished. The case aesthetics are all too familiar from the more pricey watches. Gentle rounding of the case on the sides, flowing into downward slanting lugs. The transition to the top of the case is smooth. The edge bevels have been rounded and well smoothed. Now, this is a very budget watch, yet it does look quite superior. For number three, we've got Poedagar Nautilus Homage, and this is a $12 stunner. The P613 features loomed Mercedes watch hands, a date complication on a yard floorboard design dial. All this bundled into a sport watch with an integrated stainless steel bracelet that pays tribute to the iconic Nautilus. In regards to the dimensions, we get a diameter of 41 millimeters. A lug-to-lug of 52 millimeters, a height of 10.9 millimeters, and a weight of 127 grams. As you look down at the watch, you will instantly notice the multifaceted case design. As a result of the surface angles and the polishing of the case, the light play is very impressive. The case sides and lugs have a sandblast effect. The brushing could be finer, but at this price point, not a problem whatsoever. The bezel gets two types of polishing. On the bevel leading up to the crystal, we have a high gloss finish, yet the steel surrounding the glass has the sandblast effect. The dial gets 5 stars for the rich emerald green in yard floorboard style. The green actually fades into a deep gray at the edge of the dial. The texture is matte, yet this is perfect considering we only get mineral glass crystal here, and there is no anti-reflective coating. But because of that matte dial, the reflections are not severe, making easy legibility in any light conditions. Now, you can get this watch in several different colors: the blue, the black, the white, and of course this emerald green. At number four, we've got the SCH 9288. This is the PRX Homage for just $11. I initially had the black dial on review, but I enjoyed the piece so much that I actually bought a blue dial as well. The SCH 9288 did a fantastic job at taking the key attributes of the success formula of the PRX and applied it to their budget watch. For your dosh, you get a timeless classic-inspired design, stainless steel bracelet and clasp, a domed crystal, day and date complication, 30 meters of water resistance, meaning it is splash-proof, and a dependable and accurate Japanese quartz movement. In regards to the dimensions, we get a diameter of 40 millimeters, a lug-to-lug of 52 millimeters due to the protruding male end links, a height of just 11.2 millimeters, and that's of course including the domed crystal, as well as a lug width of 25 millimeters and tapering down to 16 millimeters. The 25 is rather wide, but this is an integrated bracelet watch. The weight here is quite hefty, 115 grams, but that is mostly due to the stainless steel bracelet. What struck me initially as I picked up the watch was the heft and the overall aesthetics of the watch. From the almost matte dial, the case is strict with plentiful angles. The case walls are sculpted in minimalistic design. You will notice the downward slant of the lugs. The case walls seem to widen as they stretch from the center. The transition to the top of the case is angular, but the pleasing reality is that all chamfers are well smoothed and there are no sharp corners on the case. For number 5, I want to discuss the Addiesdive MYH3 because this is probably the most enjoyable subby homage you will experience for $30 or just under that. In regards to the dimensions, we get a diameter of 41 millimeters, a lug-to-lug length of 48 millimeters, a height of 13.2 millimeters, and a lug width of 20 millimeters. The weight of the watch is 135 grams before removing any links. There are quite a few surprises with this watch. So firstly, we do get a 120 click ceramic bezel. It's actually loomed with a chili blue tone. The dial indices and hands get a green lume, so dual level lume, very good. And as with all Addiesdives, the lume is bright and long lasting. We do get mineral crystal here, but surprisingly, we also get anti-reflective coating. The case and bracelet are 316L stainless steel with a screw-down case back and a screw-in crown. And because of that, we get the 200 meters of water resistance. With the dial, we get a black glossy piano finish because, as you can see, I went for the Kermit, but you can go for the Hulk, you can go for a blue, or just the usual black homage. We get the classic styled layout, down-facing triangle 12 o'clock, battens on the 6, 9 o'clock positions, and circular hour markers everywhere else. At 3 o'clock, we have a date window with a cyclops, and the magnification is just right at 2 to 2.5 times. For number 6, we've got the Pagani Design Meteorite dial with boxed sapphire crystal and a sweeping seconds hand hybrid quartz movement. For $35, this is a beautiful watch that's costing like a bargain. The dimensions here are a diameter of 38 millimeters, a lug-to-lug length of 44.8 millimeters due to the inverted female end links. The height with the domed crystal is 11.7 millimeters and a lug width of 20 millimeters tapering down to 16 at the clasp. The weight is 125 grams before removing any links to fit my 6.5-inch wrist. Now the listing does mention 40 millimeters, but it's not. The diameter is actually just 38 millimeters, and that is a good thing, making the watch more nimble and robust. So here we do get a screw-in crown, a screw-down case back, a stainless steel case, and first-class bracelet. The links are actually held by screw pins. So you're getting a watch for $35 and a bracelet that's held by screw pins. This is unbelievable. The clasp is signed, milled, and with micro adjustments. The unique and complicated dial deserves separate mention altogether. This watch is pure bargain. So sapphire crystal, boxed sapphire crystal, screw down case back, screw in crown, a milled and signed bracelet that actually held together by screw pins. It's just wow, how is this possible on a watch that's $35? But anyway, I think this is a really good bargain. And of course that Meteorite dial, that's just amazing. At number 7, we've got Addiesdive AD2030, and this is the sand dial watch offered in 3 dial colors: blue, sand beige, and white. For $43, you really can't go wrong with this one. In regards to the dimensions, we get a diameter of 36 millimeters, a lug-to-lug length of 46 millimeters, a height of 11 millimeters, and a lug width of 18 millimeters. There are many things to fall in love with on this watch. I went for the sky blue dial color, and this morning sky blue dial, which is so multifaceted that it feels like staring across a snowdrift, the snow ripples reflecting the bluish light. We get a domed crystal, a stainless steel case, and bracelet with a signed and milled clasp. The clasp also gets 5 micro adjustments. Inverted end links keep the lug-to-lug length to a minimum. The 100 meters of water resistance adds to the practicality and robustness of this watch as a daily wearer. For number 8, we've got the Pagani Design PD 1708. This is a mecha quartz chronograph with 0.2 seconds precision for just $40. With a strict and lean stainless steel case and bracelet, the watch can be sporty as well as dressy. We also get an outstanding Milanese bracelet. It's quite thick and feels solid in the hand. Of course, we also get sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating. We get a screw-down case back and screw-in crown. As well as that, we get a solid 100 meters of water resistance. In regards to the dimensions, we get the 38 millimeters diameter, a lug-to-lug length of 45.5 millimeters, a height of 11.6 millimeters, a lug width of 19 millimeters, and a weight of 110 grams. At number 9, we've got the Addiesdive AD2030, and this is the most fun Yachtmaster Homage you will ever own. At $35, this daily beater will get attention, but most importantly, has all the practicality aspects you need. In regards to the dimensions, we get a diameter of 41 millimeters, a lug-to-lug length of 48 millimeters, a height of 13 millimeters, and a lug width of 20 millimeters, with a weight of just 82 grams on the TPU rubber strap. Here you get 200 meters of water resistance, anti-reflective coating, a contemporary bright blue lume on the dial indices, and Mercedes-style hands. We also get a date window at 3 o'clock. Considering this is a quartz movement powering on the watch, we have extreme low maintenance with a battery replacement every 3 years or so. The Japanese quartz is actually very precise with a variance of up to 20 seconds per month. We get a screw-in signed crown as well as a screw-down case back. The watch has a twist though. The Riho and seconds pointer get a color of your choice. Blue, red, yellow or green, or even orange, you choose. And then you can choose the color of the embossed aluminium bezel, either the stainless steel silver or the black PVD. For number 10, we've got the Bullhead split-second chronograph for $15. The design looks fresh now, but it was a real breakthrough design in the 1970s when the watch came out. It's truly a collector's treat. But this watch is not just about the design. The main feature here is that this is an actual split-second chronograph. Essentially, you can measure multiple time intervals simultaneously, or if you need to record intermediate times while also continuing to measure the overall elapsed time. Let me show you. Kick off the chronograph. By pressing the right pusher, you read the split time. Pressing it again causes the stopped hand to catch up or retropond to the moving minute hand, and you can actually use the function multiple times. This is a very complex mechanism that you're getting for $15. Quite unbelievable value. On the listing, it's actually presented as a female watch. I don't agree. Considering a diameter of 38 millimeters, this is an unisex watch. And the feature, the mechanism of the split-second chronograph is just so special. The little gem has utmost value. Firstly, it's a homage to the iconic Citizen Bullhead watch. The Bullhead design refers to the positioning of the chronograph pushers at the top of the watch's case. Unique, unconventional, yet so convenient to use. Considering it was originally intended for sports and racing, it sort of makes sense. For number 11, we've got the most expensive watch of this collection. $45 for Hamilton Hockey Homage. And not just any Homage. This is an automatic NH35 Pilot Homage by Tandorio. In regards to the dimensions, we get a diameter of 36 millimeters, a lug-to-lug length of 47 millimeters, a height of 13 millimeters, a lug width of 20 millimeters, and a weight of 105 grams with this leather strap. When looking down at the watch, the beauty of it is clear. A well thought through design that's importantly quite simple. The military need precision and utility, and this is what we get here, a solid stainless steel case that has a modest lug-to-lug length and can fit almost any wrist size. This Tandorio is on the smaller side though, at just 36 millimeters diameter, yet considering the military watches of the 1950s and 60s were usually 34 millimeters in diameter, 36 does not seem that small after all. The case is not bloated, it's lean, with a solid stainless steel construction. The printed font looks like it was pulled from the mid-20th century as well. We get a flat slab of sapphire crystal, a screw-in crown and a screw-down case back, 200 meters of water resistance, Seiko NH35 self-winding automatic movement, and a high-quality cuff strap. It's stitched and has a proper and expensive feel to it. If you like the look or the sound of any of those watches, I've actually performed comprehensive reviews of all of these watches, and I'll be leaving links to those reviews in the description below the video. Also, I'll be leaving the links to the listings of where I got these watches, so check them out if you're after some sharp prices. Hopefully you found the review useful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.